guys! Today I wanted to talk about 3 big prong collar myths that are kind of floating around out there. A lot of people would be kind of met with shock or disbelief that they're training their dog with prong collars, and there's really no reason for it. Prong collars really just look scary. They're very safe, there's no reason to fear them. The first big myth that I hear all the time out in the wild, out on the internet, is that your dog can choke to death or be impaled on a prong collar. This isn't true. Prong collars have beveled edges, at least if you're buying from a reputable brand like Springer, so they can't impale your dog. I don't know if you've ever tried to cut anything with a less than sharp knife. It's really hard. So imagine a beveled knife, and you kind of get the picture. It can't impale your dog. The other reason I really push Springer prong collars, not because I'm getting paid by them. I push Springers because they're basically a feat of German engineering. You can't choke your dog with them. The mechanism, the way it works, is it can only get so tight. So a choke chain or martingale, you can just keep going tighter and tighter, but with a prong collar, you can't. There's a limit to how tight it gets. And it's still to say, don't leave your dog unattended on one. Make sure to take it off before you put your dog in its crate. Don't put it out with your dog running around outside with it unattended. You know, general common sense that goes for most collars. But there's no way to choke your dog with a prong collar. So, myth number 1, bunk. The second myth is that your dog will become even more reactive if you use a prong collar. So your sweet dog that just has really obnoxious pulling issues, it's going to go into full-blown dog aggression now. The reason people give for this is because if you use a prong collar to correct pulling or correct any reactivity towards dogs on a walk, your dog obviously thinks that dog all the way across the street is currently biting it. And even if you don't have the smartest dog, dogs aren't that dumb. Does your dog know you pet it? It doesn't think that human across the room or the cat's petting it just because it's looking at them, right? Your dog knows that you are handling the leash. It doesn't associate the correction with getting bit by the other dog. What it does start to associate is that this behavior it's exhibiting when it sees other dogs isn't comfortable, and that should probably stop. And then the third myth that I hear a lot is that prong collars shouldn't be used with aggressive dogs or with anxious dogs or with dogs with a lot of fear issues. And once again, this is also totally and completely false. It's actually almost always the best tool, along with an e-collar, to use with these types of dogs. And this is because these are dogs that are in a heightened state, so training with treats, half the time they won't take treats, they're tuning your voice out, they're kind of laser focused on whatever is either upsetting them, making them scared. And so these dogs still need to be worked through their issues. You're able to still guide the dog and show them that there's nothing to be afraid of or upset about. Because as we talked about yesterday, avoidance and ignoring issues doesn't work. You have to confront and address issues head on. Make sure to like this video, share it with someone who might have heard some bad things about prong collars, and shoot me a message if there's any other topics you want me to cover. Bye guys.